Welcome back. Welcome back to Technology Hub. This is again there was session from there was portal on building a CI/CD basic pipeline. It's going to be a fifth session, right? So let me share the screen. In the last session, you may remember we just configured the Jenkins server and we just accessed, and it was just configuring the plugins, right? So now you can see, hope the screen is clear. Yeah, you can see it's almost install the plugins except the PAM. That's okay. So I'm going to install all the, you can see and Gradle, build, timeout and Git plugin, pipeline plugin. Those things are almost installed, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say continue. This is the first user, right? So it's asking you the first user. You can say admin, right? And give a complex password, right? So give admin, no problem. Email, our email is tnhdevops, at gmail.com. Just save and continue. Okay, so it's asking the URL. So like you don't need to worry about the, because this is not production, this is just for learning environment. Leave it as it is, no problem. Can, if you want, you can give a handy name, it's fine, right? So save and finish. So that's going to be my URL. So my Jenkins instance, this is my master Jenkins instance, right? Master Jenkins instance is going to be accessible via that particular URL, this particular. So I'm going to start using Jenkins. That will bring me my Jenkins server. So this is the welcome screen, welcome to Jenkins. And a little bit you'll get familiar with this environment because this is the CI server, continuous integration server, to manage our builds, right? So we are going to manage our CI component in our pipeline using Jenkins server, right? So let's get familiar with it. So you have, you can run the builds, and if you want, for example, you click new item, right? It will give you to create a new project, right? So you can say whatever P1, right? For just to say project 1, and you can choose what kind of project. It's a pre-style project, or it's a pipeline based, or it's a Maven driven project. So at the moment, I don't have Maven because I need to install Maven separately. So let's do those things, right? Okay, so and again, get back to dashboard. Right. So a lot of options are there, but for the time being, we will not get into everything. So we will do our objective, right? We continue to achieve our objective because we are here to get the basic CI/CD pipeline up. So I just click manage Jenkins, right? And okay, if we stick to the document, you can see now we are here. In our document, we just completed our Jenkins installation, right? So because this document said set up Jenkins, follow Docker install document, right? That's true because we had that one. I can say here part 1 and part 2, right? I modified that because we are going to have two documents, part 1 for Docker installation, part 2 for Jenkins installation. In the previous video, you just saw that. And this is the base document for CI/CD, right? So now we are done with this. Both Jenkins is up and running. So let's jump to step 3. Initially, we poke the GitHub repository with the hello world example, right? And our next step is step 3, setting up Maven in Jenkins. Setting up Maven in Jenkins, right? So it's very easy to set up Maven as a sample project is Maven driven. That's true, right? Our sample is Maven driven, right? So if I go back to our project, now where is our project, right? So we have tnhdevops hello world, right? So because why I'm telling some Maven, because you can see the form.xml file here, right? Form.xml file is here, right? Because that is the place where it handles the dependencies. So all the dependencies will be managed through form.xml. So you can see, so it's a Maven driven project. So that's why we are using Maven configuration in Jenkins. Right. So if I go back to again my Jenkins server, right? So this is what, and the document says as the sample project is Maven. Okay, so we need to configure Maven as a plugin tool, right? So to do that, manage Jenkins global tool configuration, add Maven. So just give a name and select or install automatically. So that's very easy because we are not using at the moment plugins. We are not going to configure using Jenkins file. There's a manual way of configuring Jenkins plugin that is based on Jenkins file. We are not using that method at the moment. We are using the graphical interface to configure the plugins, right? So let's go there. You can see I'm there, manage Jenkins, then global tool, manage Jenkins global tool configuration. Right? And in that, if I go down, you can see the tools are there. Maven configuration and JDK configuration, Git configuration. At the moment, we haven't done any configurations, right? And this is the place, right? Don't get confused here. Maven configuration is something else. When you go down, you have the Maven tool configuration, right? Maven tool configuration. So I think the document also it says add Maven, right? Global tool configuration, add Maven. So therefore, we say here add Maven. Okay. So you can just give a name, whatever name is fine, right? So add Maven, we say MVN1, right? Just a name, right? MVN1 and required, okay, install automatically. That's the option. When you say install automatically, it takes care of the rest. That's it. I'm not going to do any changes, right? Just giving the name and let it be installed automatically. And I'm going to say apply and save. I think you can see, just give the name and select install automatic. That's it. Just give the name and select install automatic. Right? No big changes, only a small configuration. And install automatic. Okay, we say apply and almost saved. Right? So we are done with that. Right? We are done. So we just configure the very first tool Maven, and that is done. And okay. So the next thing is step 4, test the CI environment. Right? So actually, to test the CI environment, we need to do some few configurations are there, right? Git configurations, user configurations, privileges. There are few more things to go. So after that, we can right away go to the test in CI environment. All right. So I think we go to the next video with that. So I'll do it in the next video. So I think for the time being, I'm going to stop here. All right. So if you enjoyed the video, you can put a subscribe. Okay. Have a nice day. I'll meet you soon. Okay. Bye bye.